Welcome to this video on reasons to love Dubsado. So I want to take a moment just to go through some of the pricing plans for Dubsado. So they give you a free trial and there's no time limit on the trial. It's up to 3 clients. So you can test out what the system will be like for you for up to 3 clients before you actually need to move on to a paid plan. And you don't need a credit card in order to sign up for that free trial. Then you have 2 options. So the first is a monthly plan and the second is a yearly plan. And with those, you get 3 additional users. So if you have team members or VA or somebody who needs access to the system, you can actually add 3 of them before you're charged for any extra. And at $35 a month, it's obviously much cheaper here in the UK. But $35 a month is absolutely amazing value for what Dubsado does for you. If you have additional brands, you can add on another brand to your Dubsado account for an extra $10 per month per brand. And you can add on additional users once you go past the 3 users. And that will be dependent on how many people you're actually adding into your system. Dubsado is a client management system and it helps you with all of the client communications that you need. So sending through all of your forms, contracts, invoices, and it allows you to actually put those communication pieces into automations that are going to be set up so that you can use these repeatable workflows in your business again and again. It also does integrate with some third parties. So it integrates with Zapier, it integrates with QuickBooks, but only if you're in the US or Canada at the moment. It doesn't integrate in the UK as far as I'm aware at the moment. It also does integrate with your calendar and your emails, and you'll also need to set up a payment processor before you can start accepting payments through Dubsado. There is a reporting side of it. Now, at the moment, the reporting side of it isn't particularly strong, but it is getting stronger. So for example, I think around July time, they added in lead reporting, which is very useful. So they are building on the reporting element of it. One of the best things about Dubsado compared to its competitors is the customization that it has. So with the forms that you use in Dubsado, the sky is the limit. You can embed videos, you can upload file links. Like there's so much that you can do with it. So customization is a huge part of Dubsado and is probably what makes it stand out from its competitors. They also have a scheduling element of it. Now, I know a lot of people who still use Acuity because the Dubsado scheduler does not do exactly what it needs at the moment. But again, they're always improving and the scheduler is pretty good considering what you can do with it. So I'm going to talk through some of the features that they offer within Dubsado. So the first one is projects. So this is like your file store for your clients or for particular jobs that you have. And it just keeps everything in one place. It houses your workflows, all of your client information within the project. So it's keeping things nice and tidy in a file store for you. Lead captures are how you actually get your potential client into Dubsado. And you can embed your lead capture form onto a website or a landing page, or you can even give a URL link for people to put in their information. It's automatically going to pull them into Dubsado, create them as a contact, create your project, and you can even kick off a workflow from lead capture form. It's also going to house all of your email communications. And there is a client portal. So if you want to be able to give your clients access to be easily able to view their questionnaires, their contracts, the proposals that they've accepted, the invoices, you can use client portals for that. Project statuses allows you to funnel your clients maybe by the service that you have or by the stage of the process that you're in. So it gives you that at a glance overview of where people are within your processes. Project tags are great for organizing your projects and so that they're easily searchable and you can access them quickly. Task boards are for manual elements, so things that don't fit into workflows, but things that need to be done on a repeatable basis. And you can actually share your task board with your clients. Now, you won't get notified by the task boards if like your client assigns something to you or they add a new task. But it is great for giving your clients visibility of what you're doing on the back end. So giving them sight of your project, essentially. There's also a time tracker, and you can use the time tracker internally, or you can bill hours to your clients as well. Workflows are a huge part of a client management system, and they enable you to take your process and create an automated series of steps that you can use again and again, and that forms your workflow. There are different triggers, so you can trigger workflows on specific times, on specific days. You can have multiple triggers to start your workflow. You can save automated templates, so you create a template and you just pull that template so that you don't have to keep repeating, creating quotes, creating questionnaires over and over again. You do it once and you can use that again and again. You can also have automated responses. So these are your email templates, and you can use these within your workflows. You can also create email templates for one-off emails that you want to send every now and again. So automated responses are really useful for answering those repeatable questions that you get in your business. And the beautiful thing about them is that you can use smart fields and also mapped fields to make your communications feel really personal. So one of the biggest fears that people normally have about a client management system is that it's going to feel too automated. But there are ways to personalize it, and using smart fields or custom map fields is a great way to personalize your communications. So we touched on the organization piece before, by just being able to keep all of your projects organized. There's also form reminders. So if you send your client a form and they don't fill in the form, you can actually automate a reminder to go out to notify them that they have a form that's incomplete and they need to fill out that form. So that's a great feature, and it's one that not many other systems actually have. To-do reminders, so you can create internal reminders that stay on your lists and reminding you to do that to-do item. So that's the manual element. So it's something that you can't automate in a workflow. So you have a to-do for that instead, and you can remind yourself to do those. You'll get a little email reminder. Templates, again, are wonderful in Dubsado, and what you can do with your templates is huge. You can really, they're so customizable in Dubsado. You can really go to town on them, essentially. As I said before, you can embed videos on them. If you need your clients to maybe provide you with something, you can actually insert a file uploader into your forms. They're just phenomenal. E-signatures are for sending your contracts. So when you send a contract, you can get it electronically signed by your client, so that you have that contract in your system and it can be sent out as part of your workflow. Your proposals and quotes. Now, again, these are really customizable, and you can add on upsells and additional items so that you can make more revenue from your quotations. You can also create questionnaires. There is custom branding, so you can. There is also custom branding, so you can tailor your Dubsado account to include your brand name. So this is especially important when you're like giving people access to their client portal. If you don't whitelist your domain, you will have portal.dubsado, and really you want it to say portal.your domain name. Now, you don't have to use portal, but you want your domain name in there just for all of your branding to be consistent. Again, file uploading. This is something that other competitors don't have at the moment, and is a really useful feature. especially if you are doing project work. So normally people like graphic designers especially, they need information to be provided to them before they can progress with the project. And so being able to upload a file when they fill out a form is just hugely time saving and hugely convenient to your client. All of Dubsado is available on your mobile. They don't have an app yet, but I know that they are working on one. And the website is completely accessible on your mobile, so you can, even when you're out and about, you can still be working in your Dubsado if you need to. You can also use code blocks to custom style your forms. So maybe if you want to tweak the padding on your form so that it fits in nicely with your website, you can add some CSS into that to take care of that. You can also embed videos into forms that I said before, and that's just huge for me. I just love being able to do that. In terms of the payment side of things, so you get invoices that are sent quickly so that you can send your invoice actually whenever you send your proposals. You can send proposal, contract, and invoice in one go. And that means that your payments you're getting your payments quickly. You can set up payment schedules if you need to. Let's say you do a 50% deposit and then 50% on the completion of the project. You can set up all of those different payment schedules that you may have. If you do recurring work and you want to invoice a client regularly, you can do that as well. You can have reminders for people who don't pay. You can also allow people to tip you and pay extra. You select the currency that you want, and you can take payments from anywhere in the world, really. You can use Stripe, Square, or PayPal as your payment processor, and Dubsado doesn't take any extra fee for it. So whatever you're charged is by Square, Stripe, or PayPal. You're not charged by Dubsado. The unlike services, so when you send an invoice to somebody, they have the option to tick that they're happy for the money to be taken regularly as a subscription. And so it means that people don't have to manually pay an invoice, that the money is taken automatically. There is a Dubsado scheduler. And the great thing about the scheduler is that you can actually attach a form to the scheduler. So that just expands what you can do with it. So for example, maybe you charge for a consultation with you. You can actually, when someone is booking the appointment with you, you can actually charge them for that appointment. You can also use it as getting people into your system. So you can attach a lead capture form. And when they fill out the booking with you, they'll also fill out a lead capture form, and it'll bring them into the system as well. Maybe you want to use it to do some information gathering, so you can add a questionnaire. So it is brilliant being able to attach forms to your appointments. Again, it's not as feature rich as Acuity or Calendly, but Dubsado are great at constantly improving. So I'm sure that there is a lot more to come with the scheduler. It talks here about actually the form attachments. That's what I just mentioned about the booking fees. You can add time padding. So if you don't want appointments to be booked consecutively, you can give yourself a bit of time where people can't book back to back. You can also set a limit on the amount of appointments that you get per day. You can embed it onto your website or into a landing page. You can automate the reminders, and you can give your clients the ability to easily cancel or reschedule an appointment with you. If you want to be able to tell people that they can't cancel like 24 hours before the appointment, you can set that up as well. And it all integrates really nicely with your calendar, your external calendar that you're using as well. So the financial side of it is it gives you an overview of obviously how much revenue has been generated. You can use the source tracking to allow you to identify where a sale has come from. And this information is really useful because let's say you ran a Facebook ad, you can tell how much revenue was generated from that Facebook ad. And that information is hugely valuable so that you know whether Facebook ads are something that you should keep investing your marketing budget on, so that you're seeing that return on investment. So being able to actually view the information is hugely important. There is a profit and loss, and you can set financial goals and things like that. I don't think that the reporting is as strong as it could be. But again, I've been watching Dubsado for a long time now, and they do constantly improve. So I think this is one of the areas that, especially in the next year, we'll see improve quite a lot. So my gift to you for watching this is 20% off your first month or your first year with Dubsado using my affiliate code. Just use Julie Ann Walker and you'll get 20% off. Thanks for watching.